Welcome back to Portland today. Going up to Timberline Lodge to tie in our guest coming up here in studio in just a second. This was over the weekend.
Look at that.
Look at that. So a lot of the snow melted while it was falling, but generally they had snowfall upwards of 8 inches. And by this morning when I checked, there was still 4 to 6 inches of actual new accumulation around Timberline Lodge. We put that on our Facebook page this weekend, and it lit up with shares. People talking about the cold winter weekend on Mount Hood. Yeah.
Well, here's a homegrown way to show your love of Mount Hood. Take a look at this new blanket. Now, it doesn't look like a mountain here, but keep in mind the pattern is based on the U.S. Geological Survey's map of Mount Hood. The blanket was created by North Drinkware. Joining us now, the founders, Matt Capozzi and Nick Ramirez. Matt, why go to this version of Mount Hood as opposed to showing us a picture of Mount Hood?
Well, you know, a lot of the design work that we do with North Drinkware, we like the designs to be inspired by the accurate data of the mountain. So we started our brand making glasses that have the USGS data of Mount Hood in the base of the glass. And so when we came to a blanket, we were inspired by the USGS geology map to try to take that accurate data and turn that into an interesting visualization of the mountain.
Nick, it looks like it's super good quality. Tell us about kind of how it's made.
Yeah, so it's made for us by Pendleton Woolen Mills, which many people may be familiar with.
Great partnership there.
A local Portland-based brand. They've been around for over 100 years, and so they're going to make the blanket for us. So it's made from wool that's spun and dyed in the Pacific Northwest, and it'll be made at their mill.
That's great.
Now, the process, though, I mean, you get the specs from the Geological Survey. So tell me a little bit about the process of actually incorporating that into production.
That's a great question. The USGS geology map has a lot of detail to it. And so there's a lot of types of volcanic rock and sediment and glaciers that are part of Mount Hood. We simplified some of that data, but took that as the inspiration for the artwork that you see on the blanket.
So how can people go about ordering this? Where do they go?
So right now the project is live on Kickstarter, which is how we started the brand a few years ago. So if people go to our website, northdrinkware.com, they can follow the link that will take them to our Kickstarter page, and they can order a blanket there.
And people have seen your work before because you have these great glassware out here that represent different mountains.
Yeah, and with those, you have done a series of mountains. Is it likely you might do the same with blankets?
That's a great question. I think, you know, the pending demand, we hope the answer is yes.
Matt Capozzi, you like our questions.
And what's your website?
northdrinkware.com.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming in. It's really an interesting concept.
These are the coolest glasses I've ever seen. The same specs of the mountains at the base of the glass.
Thank you guys for both being in, and congratulations.
Thanks for having us.
Well, you know, with dry